Welcome back to FilMyWatchlist. My name is Richard Keeney. Today I'm reviewing director Lynne Ramsay's latest You Were Never Really Here, starring Joaquin Phoenix. The film follows Joe, a clearly unhinged army veteran who acts as a useful tool for shady entities that require his brutally violent skill set. When tasked with the job of saving an underage girl from sex slavery, he unwittingly finds himself caught up in a twisted web of corruption. Following on from the breathtakingly powerful We Need to Talk About Kevin, Ramsay's new film operates in a similar vein, evoking incredibly dark subject matter through the use of pitch-perfect visual storytelling. Joaquin Phoenix is a riveting, unpredictable screen presence as Joe, a performance that further proves what he's shown himself capable of with the likes of Inherent Vice, The Master and Her, becoming a chameleonic force to be reckoned with. Ramsay directs her film with claustrophobic long lens close-ups, rarely allowing you the breathing room of wide establishers. From the outset, this has the effect of throwing you into the suffocating world of the film's protagonist. Joe is shown as a man operating very much in the shadows, his overgrown beard and shabby clothing further allowing him to blend in with his surroundings. Frequent smash cuts put us inside Joe's fractured mind. His past trauma is evocatively conveyed with visual intensity. On top of this, the film's sound design overwhelmingly heightens such an atmosphere in its emphasis on the sheer noise of the bustling cityscape. Joe's only reprieve, oxygen deprivation, a means of control over these forces. Joe is surrounded at all times, but completely invisible by choice and utterly detached by nature. Much in the same vein as Scorsese's cult classic Taxi Driver and its iconic central performance by Robert De Niro, Phoenix and Ramsay have conjured up the danger and toxic corruption at the heart of the modern American city. Other similarities are mostly surface level, with the relationship between Joe and Nina comparable to the protective connection between Travis and Iris, the exploitation of young girls being the catalyst which pushes each character into preventative action. Ramsay's calculated depiction of on-screen violence is stunningly effective in its cold and detached nature. Much like Austrian auteur Michael Haneke, Ramsay purposely disallows the audience from seeing explicit violence up close and personal, despite the plethora of examples within the film's narrative. Instead, she chooses to keep her distance, be it physically through static grimy CCTV camera footage, or the reflection of a ceiling mirror, or with the editing, by jump cutting to the aftermath of the encounter, or cutting away to the character's reaction to these events. This has the effect of focusing primarily on the physical and emotional ramifications of this violence, the toll it takes on Joe, as well as refusing to glamorize it at the same time. Nevertheless, in a true testament to the potency of Ramsay's directorial skills, you'll be hard-pressed to find a more hard-hitting and shocking film this year. It is Ramsay's choice to focus on the effects of violence that allows Joaquin Phoenix to truly shine. What the actor achieves in his portrayal of the damaged protagonist is his ability to make a menacing and brutally violent individual utterly empathetic. The relationship between Joe and his mother is the emotional crux of the film, an effective juxtaposition to the intense violence of Joe's reality. It works as a reprieve for the audience in these grim surroundings, just as it's the only thing keeping Joe tied to his otherwise painful existence. Just as the flashbacks attest, Joe is a scared child in a much tougher exterior, struggling with life and the horrors of his past. These horrors are utterly derived from an inability to protect those around him, the driving force of this brutal avenger. Having always been surrounded by the worst examples of humanity, he has become a reflection of its ugliest aspects, whilst being determined to fight against them so the same doesn't happen to other innocent victims. It is this moral compass that allows us to see Joe's monstrosity as a force for good, one of the most uniquely affecting moments being when he acts as an empathetic companion to a dying antagonist. Through this, humanity is brought out in the bleakest and most unlikely of circumstances. The supporting cast is very effective. Ekterina Samsonov, who plays Nina, brilliantly encapsulates the role of an emotionally vacant, traumatized teenager with an unpredictable energy about her. Elsewhere, Judith Roberts, who plays Joe's mother, is an effective counterbalance to Joaquin Phoenix's intensity, bringing Joe down to earth and evoking authentic maternal love for her troubled son, whilst convincingly struggling with the onset of dementia. On the technical side of things, the sound designer Paul Davies deserves massive praise for the hellish and oppressive soundscape he conjures. Likewise, the masterful editing by Joe Beanie is hugely successful in creating the propulsive rhythm, and in quieter moments, emotionally resonant ones too. Johnny Greenwood has created another incredible score off the back of his work on PTA's Phantom Thread. Its bass-filled, percussive energy is a huge part of what makes the film so terrifyingly intense, filling the nightmarish events on screen with a sense of danger and unease. The film is thrilling, nerve-shredding, heartbreaking, relentless, and stunningly powerful. Though many may see the plot as simple, The story personified by Joe's character arc and the socially relevant themes on display are the real driving forces of the film. It's an incredible cinematic experience of the kind of visual and sonic rawness that is all too rare these days. I'm going to give You Were Never Really Here 5 stars out of 5. I'm also delighted to announce our recent partnership with MovieBabbleReviews.com. MovieBabble is a website for film reviews and articles, and I definitely recommend you checking out the great content they have there. If you enjoyed this review, do consider subscribing and checking out our other content. Film My Watchlist Patreon is now up and running. If you'd like to support the channel, check out the link in the description below. Any contributions are deeply appreciated. I'd just like to take this opportunity to thank my first 2 patrons, Fabio Barbanti and Christine Blake, on their support. It sincerely means a lot to me and goes a long way towards helping me to continue uploading interesting content that generates discussion. Thanks very much.